If you've been scrolling through endless projector lists, watching YouTube unbox videos, reading specs that read like a tech spec sheet, and still feel stuck on which model actually makes sense for your living room or gaming setup, this review is going to clear that up. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've spent the last few weeks setting up a couple of budget-friendly home theater rigs and testing a handheld gaming console on a wall-mounted screen, so I can tell you whether the Optoma Photon Life lives up to its hype or just adds another layer of confusion. First off, the biggest hesitation most people have with any portable projector is whether it can really replace a traditional TV or monitor without feeling like a compromise. The Photon Life promises a stunning 4K UHD image in a box that's barely larger than a shoebox, and that sounds impressive until you actually pull the plug, lay it on a coffee table, and watch a movie in a dimly lit apartment. The first thing I noticed was the brightness. Optoma uses a 4 LED RGBA light source, which means you get richer colors than a single white LED, but the total lumens are still limited compared to a full-size cinema projector. In a darkened room, the picture looks crisp, the HDR10 highlights pop, and the colors feel more like a high-end TV than a cheap Pico projector. In a brighter environment, however, the image washes out a bit. You'll need to pull the curtains or at least dim the lights for a satisfactory experience. Now, let's talk about the practical strengths that actually matter when you're trying to enjoy a movie night or a marathon gaming session. The auto keystone and autofocus features are genuinely useful. I set the Photon Life on a low shelf about 3 feet from the wall, turned it on, and within seconds the image was rectangular and sharp, no need to manually tweak the lens or fiddle with a remote. The motorized zoom adds a layer of flexibility you don't usually get with portable units. You can adjust the screen size from 30 inches up to about 100 inches without moving the projector, which is handy if you're in a small apartment and want to switch between a cozy 50-inch TV-sized picture and a full-wall cinematic view for a big-screen feel. The game mode is another real-world benefit. When I hooked up a Nintendo Switch and turned on game mode, the input lag dropped noticeably compared to the default picture mode. The response was quick enough that fast-paced platformers felt fluid, and even a first-person shooter didn't suffer from a laggy feel. That said, the projector's native refresh rate is still 60 Hz, so if you're a competitive gamer who relies on 120 Hz monitors, you'll notice the difference. But for casual gaming, family coop sessions, or streaming esports, it works surprisingly well. What about the downsides that most reviewers gloss over? The biggest hidden trade-off is the speaker. Optoma includes a built-in 5-watt speaker, which is fine for background music or dialogue in a quiet room, but you'll quickly want to add external audio, a soundbar or Bluetooth speaker to get that immersive theater feel. The LED light source gives the projector a long lifespan, so you won't be swapping bulbs every year, but it also caps the brightness ceiling. If you're planning to use this device in a living room that can't be fully darkened, you'll probably need supplemental lighting control or accept a dimmer picture. Another practical weakness is the lamp's heat. Even though LEDs run cooler than traditional lamps, the projector still gets warm to the touch after an hour of continuous use, so you'll want to place it on a stable surface with some ventilation. Who should buy the Photon Life? If you're a renter who can't mount a large screen, a college student looking for a portable entertainment hub, or a family that enjoys occasional movie nights in the bedroom or backyard, this projector hits a sweet spot. Its size makes it easy to store in a closet, carry to a friend's house, or take on a weekend camping trip. The autofocus and keystone mean you won't spend an hour setting up each time, and the 4K resolution paired with HDR10 offers a noticeable upgrade over the 1080p projectors that dominate the budget market. Also, gamers who value low input lag over ultra-high refresh rates will appreciate the dedicated game mode. Who should skip it? If you're a home theater purist who wants the brightest possible image for a bright living room, or a competitive esports player who demands 120 Hz and high brightness for fast motion, you'll be better off with a larger, lamp-based projector or a proper TV. Likewise, if you need a device that can double as a primary office monitor for video calls and detailed design work, the limited brightness and modest built-in audio might be a deal breaker. For anyone who expects a plug-and-play solution that can replace a 4K TV in any lighting condition, the Photon Life will feel like a compromise. One thing I found when comparing the Photon Life to similar portable projectors was the value you actually get beyond the headline.